This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 39. It say, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Kah Elohim La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, rule web, and a great example to his younger brothers in the truth. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And this just a quick lesson. Hey, how the Lord is the Lord of hosts. Because all things obey His will, and the Lord had it to where a man was killed by a kangaroo in America. Which is according to this, it say it's 3 states. According to Myrtle Beach, it's 3 states where you can legally, well, it ain't prohibited to have kangaroos, and Alabama got to be one of them because an incident occurred last week, 2 weeks ago, sometime few days ago, where a kangaroo caused a wreck in Alabama. But let's get into this and we'll go to that other article. It say a man was found dead inside of an enclosure for kangaroos and wallabies in South Carolina on Friday at a family-owned 5-star farm. They say the man was identified as 52-year-old Eric Slate, Horry County Sheriff, Chief Deputy, Coroner Tamira Willard told Newsweek via email on Sunday morning. They say Newsweek has reached out to Horry County Police Department via phone and form over email for further comment on Sunday outside of business hours. It say the farm has a petting zoo and holds educational and interactive programs for families and children, according to its website. In addition, the wallabies and kangaroos 5-star farms website advertises other exotic animals such as camels, zebras, llamas, and a zedonk. I don't know what the fuck that is. I ain't never heard of that one. I never heard of a zedonk. Cross between a zebra and a donkey. So they must bred a zebra with a donkey. A combination a combination of a zebra and a donkey. The farm also hosts more traditional farm animals like goats, sheep, donkeys, and miniature horses. It's South Carolina is one of the only 3 states where owning a kangaroo is not prohibited, according to Myrtle Beach Sun News. Which that's pretty much I keep going. It say Woodard told Newsweek that Slate was found with multiple blunt force traumas, multiple blunt injuries inside of enclosure. They can't rule up this motherfucking ass, man. Which that's pretty much the point. I ain't gonna read all that. But a man was killed, and ultimately it's all the Lord. It was just judgment. That's how the Lord had it written. That's why I got that Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39. It reads, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So I got that because ultimately it was just the Lord's judgment. That's how the Lord had Eric Slate final destination written out, you know. And that's how the Lord get down. Why? Because he's the Lord of hosts. And the Lord is in control of all things. You know. Let's get this. This is the book of Psalms chapter 46. And straight to the point. In verse 7. And I was getting this because it say the Lord of hosts. Because the Lord is in control. The hosts just mean armies. The Lord of armies. And everything, the Lord can turn anything to a weapon. You know. And equipped it to be a part of his army. It say the Lord of hosts is with us. Who? The elect of the nation of Israel. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Yeah. And he the refuge to all Israelites, but only the elect is going to turn back to him and trust in him. Everybody else going to continue on in their wickedness and going to be caught off guard. It say, come, behold, the works of the Lord Yahweh, what desolation he have made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. Yeah, and ultimately that's what's getting ready to happen, because once this third war, once America is destroyed during the Third World War, there will the nations will learn war anymore. You know, it say he breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am Yahweh, thy power. Or just be still and know that I am God, but Yahweh thy power. I will be exalted among the heathen, and I will be exalted in the earth, and we exalting the Lord in the earth, because we give the all honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, it say the Lord of hosts is with us. The God, the power of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. You know, so the Lord of hosts, Lord of armies. Let's see what that word means. Let's see what it means in the blue letter. Salagi. Because we know that that's what that word means. See, that's what that word going to.
Strong's H 6635. Sava. Sava.
It say that which goes forth, army, warfare, host, army, host of organized army, host of angels. And they say of the sun, moon, and stars of whole creation. So the Lord used the whole creation as a weapon. He can use the whole. The Lord can weaponize anything and turn it into a killing instrument, final destination activity. You know, 1,000 ways to die type shit. Lord don't play, man. So let's get this one too. I get this first. This the book of Psalms, chapter 47 and verse 1. It say, "Oh, clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto Yahweh with your voice of triumph." It say, for the Lord Yahweh Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under his. He shall subdue, and that's the point, really. The Lord is the For the Lord Yahweh Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us. Who? The Israelites. And the nation under our feet. Who feet? The Israelites' feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loves. Selah. Who the fuck is Jacob? The Israelites, man. Yasha Allah. Jacob's name was changed to Israel when he wrestled the angel, man. Yeah, that's pretty much the point. But let's get this one. This is the one I really want. Now I get this one first, because this ain't gonna be long. I'll make it no super long video. This the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43 and verse 29. The Lord is terrible and very great, and marvelous is his power. You know? So the Lord will summon up anything to take you out. You know? He'll have you in the spot where if he wanted to take you out, you fuck around and stumble across a hornet nest with hundreds of hornets, and you fuck around and stir them up, and then you try to run and get away from them, trip and fall. Come to find out you allergic to hornets, and you swell up. You ain't even gotta be allergic to hornets. You get stung by enough hornets or bees, you through. Wasps or some shit, yo ass grass, man. That shit'll kill you. You know? But let's get this one. This the one I want. This the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 18 and verse 1. It say, he that liveth forever have created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he. No other God. Verse 3, it say, whom governeth the world with the palm of his hands, and all things obey his will, the Lord of hosts. He Lord to turn anything to a weapon, you know. It say, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. It say, to whom have he given power to declare his works, and who shall find out his noble acts? Who shall number the strength of his majesty, and who shall also tell out his mercies? As for the wondrous works of the Lord, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found. You know, that's pretty much the point. Just the point that the Lord governeth over the whole earth with the palm of his hands. So the animals are in his control. Everything is in the Lord's control. From earth to the spirits, to the everything. Don't matter what it is, all of creation, the Lord govern it. You know, I had I had this precept kind of go with it because, hey, the time coming. I got this because the time coming with the Lord, because brothers been posting up different news articles of woman woman being eaten by alligator, bears eating people. I just seen a article, looking at that article where a bear in Florida was found with the remains of an elderly man in it. And just like, let's go get it. Just like these kangaroos uh escaping, it's the same thing gonna happen with these lions, tigers, and bears, man. They're gonna escape too. I mean, not the bears are already on the loose, but I'm saying tigers and lions and leopards and all these big cats that are not native to the Americas, that they got caged up in these fucking zoos. You know, what it's called, sedated on all them damn drugs, putting the drugs in their meat and food and shit to keep them calm. They gonna manage to escape, you know, and they gonna tear some asses up, man. But it say kangaroo causes Alabama crash nonchalantly continue to hop down the interstate. You know, they had to been a sight to see, man. They're a kangaroo in Alabama. You know, which you could just look it up. I ain't gonna read it. I seen this article pop up last week sometime. Probably been about almost 2 weeks ago. And when I seen that other clip, it made me think about that. Didn't I, see something about a kangaroo in Alabama? So I mentioned it. But the same way these animals, the Lord used these animals to bring judgment upon the wicked, the Lord gonna protect us from these animals and possibly use these animals to deliver us from the hands of the enemy, man, our enemies. Whether it's Esau and his troops, whether it's a nigga, 2/3 nigga, trying to do us harm, whether it's Joe Sixpack Edomite trying to do us harm, you know, or a damn octopus eating Moabite or whoever, it don't matter. Somebody trying to do us harm, the Lord can cause an animal to come deliver us. The same way the Lord used the animals to bring certain men of the Lord, if I ain't mistaken, it was Elijah, the prophet. He fed them by the raven. It was Elijah or Elisha. The raven brought him food. The Lord gonna do the same things with us in these times we coming into, because we will need divine intervention when this shit ultimately hit the fan. And I seen something where China and Russia, China and America came to I guess a ceasefire in this trade shit, to where they a 90-day hold on the tariffs or some shit like that. So I'm guessing, which we already knew this was that was a possibility, but that's another topic. It say, this the book of Job 5:23. It say, for thou shalt be at league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Yeah, when all hell break loose, we gonna be at peace. We gonna be at peace with the Lord's creation. The Lord ain't gonna, because the Lord gonna put evil spirits on these. Well, I wouldn't even say evil spirits, but the Lord gonna put I ain't got no car to drive, people. The Lord gonna put spirits created for vengeance on these animals. Matter of fact, let's get that. Since I thought about it, spirit, not evil spirits, but spirits created for vengeance. And that's what the Lord put on that kangaroo or that wallaby, whatever killed the nigga. I don't know if a wallaby big enough to kill a human, but the Lord can make it. Let's look up what a wallaby is. I don't even know what a wallaby is. I know what it is, but I don't know what I heard of it before. What is a wallaby? It's a kangaroo, but I think it's smaller. Yes, it's a little baby kangaroo. Not a baby, but it's a miniature, like small kangaroo. A wallaby. Is the wallaby just a Nah, cause that thing got babies. Let me see. Fuck is a wallaby? Oh, wallaby might be a fucking just a baby kangaroo. I don't think so though. I think it's just a miniature like kangaroo. Yeah, they just miniature, small miniature They not kangaroos, but they related to kangaroos. They're different, basically like a cousin to the kangaroo. Let's say wallabies are small to medium sized micropods native to Australia and um, New New Guinea. You know, that's pretty much the point. Kangaroos way bigger than these little wallabies. Kangaroos get real big. You know, so that's probably what killed the dude. Probably stood up on his tail and kicked the shit out of him. So let's get this. This the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39 and verse 28. We'll start at 28. It reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, hail, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and feet and scorpions and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. It say they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his words. You know, and that's the point, because the Lord can put a spirit created for vengeance on anything and have it fuck you up, man. Even a little wallaby, even a house cat, even the family dog, man. You know, those animals, even if they small, they can be dangerous. You know, will one of them kill you? Probably not, but it'll fuck you up. You know, if you don't kill it, it'll bring bodily harm. It'll injure you. You know, it'll scare the shit out you if it, go out of go to, or if that spirit jump on it and get to attacking you. You know, so the Lord got spirits that are created for vengeance, and it's gonna continue to ramp up. Ain't nothing going back to normal. Ain't nothing gonna get better per se. Shit gonna stall and get worse. It might stall again, get worse. Stall, get worse. Stall, get worse. All the way until it ain't gonna stall. It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse until the Lord return and them nuclear missiles fly and that MOTB get implemented and we deliver. Then it's gonna get better when we with the Lord. So with that, Lord, when this was edifying, I want to end it giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule web and great example to his younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, and the Baba Shalom.